subscribe the Kidzu channel and press the bell icon for more moral-based kids stories. Story name is Controlling Anger. There was a young boy who could not control his anger. He would say whatever came to his mind, even if it hurts people. His father asked him to hammer in a nail in the backyard fence wherever he got angry. In the beginning, he used up a lot of nails, but as time went by, he started using less. The father then asked him to start removing a nail each day. He didn't get angry. When he removed all the nails, the father asked him to see the holes in the fence. He reminded him that the fence would never be the same. Likewise, the things he had said to the people could never be erased. Story name is The Stork and the Crab. There once was an old stork who could not catch fish anymore. As he grew hungrier, he devised a plan. He told the fish in the tank that the farmers would soon empty out the tank and grow crop there. He offered to take the distressed fish to a bigger tank further away. The fish happily agreed, but the stork would take them to a rock and kill them. There was also a crab in the tank who wished to be saved. The stork, thinking he could try some new food, agreed to take him. However, the crab quickly noticed the fish bones on the rock. He immediately dug his claws into the stork's neck and killed him. He then went back to the old tank and informed the other fish. Story name is The Bundle of Sticks. An old man had 3 sons. They were hard workers but always fought. He could never unite them. He then fell ill and asked his son to unite. They paid him no heed. He decided to teach them a lesson to set aside their differences. He gave them a bundle of sticks and told them to break it into 2. Whoever finishes first would win. They quickly did this and started fighting again. He then gave them another bundle of sticks and told them to break it as a bundle and not separately. Despite their best efforts, they could not do it. He told them it was easy to break the sticks individually, but if you stay united, no one can hurt you. They finally understood the value of unity. Story name is Belling the Cat. In a small town, a big grocery store was troubled by mice that bit into every item, spoiling the stock and causing huge losses for the shopkeeper. To solve the problem, the shopkeeper brought a big fat cat to haunt the mice. The cat had a pleasant time feasting on the mice, and the shopkeeper was happy with the solution. However, the mice were worried about the dwindling and called an urgent meeting to discuss the issue. They decided to bell the cat to track its movement, but no one volunteered to execute the plan. A tiny mouse stepped forward, asking for a necklace of 3 bells tied in a pink ribbon. He approached the cat, complimenting her beauty and gifting her the necklace. The cat, impressed, spared the mouse's life. Now, wherever the cat approached, the mice could hear the bell and disappear. No longer fearing the cat, the tiny mouse had saved his fellow mice by using his clever thinking and flattery. A monkey lived in a lush mango tree on the banks of the river. The tree bore the sweetest mangoes, and the monkey spent his days playing and feasting on the juicy fruits. One day, a crocodile, exhausted from his journey, stumbled upon the tree. The monkey, being kind, offered him some mangoes, and they became fast friends. The crocodile would visit the monkey every day, and they spent hours together, enjoying the mangoes and each other's company. But one day the crocodile's wife fell ill, and the doctor recommended that she has to eat a monkey's heart to recover. The crocodile was torn between his friendship with the monkey and his wife's demand. He tried to decline, but his wife threatened to die if he didn't bring her the monkey's heart. With a heavy heart, the crocodile agreed to deceive his friend. He went to the monkey and said, "Friend, My wife wants to thank you for the mangoes. She has invited you to our home. The monkey, unsuspecting, agreed and sat on the crocodile's back. Midway through the river, the crocodile began to sink, and the monkey grew frightened. Why are you sinking? He asked. The crocodile confessed. My wife needs your heart to live. I'm sorry, my friend. The monkey, quick witted and calm, replied. I'd be happy to help your wife, but I left my heart at the mango tree. Let's go back and get it. The crocodile, believing him, turned back. When they reached the tree, the monkey jumped onto a branch and scolded the crocodile. You deceived me, friend. How can someone remove their heart and keep it elsewhere? Leave now and never return. The ashamed crocodile slinked away, realizing his mistake. From then on, the monkey and crocodile never spoke again, but the monkey's quick thinking had saved his life. Let's jump into the desert drama. A slap, a save, and a valuable lesson in a sand and stone. Dive into this powerful tale of friendship and forgiveness. The story is about two friends who were walking through the desert. During the journey, they argued over something and one friend slapped the other. The one who got slapped was hurt by this gesture of his best friend but did not react. He quietly wrote in the sand, Today my best friend slapped me. After some time they found an oasis and started taking a bath in the lake. Suddenly, the one who had been slapped started drowning. Then his best friend came to his rescue and saved him. After he recovered from the drowning, he engraved, Today my best friend saved my life. The friend who had slapped earlier and later saved his best friend asked, After I slapped you, you wrote in the sand, and now, as I saved you, you wrote on a stone. Why? The other friend replied, I wrote in on sand because we should not keep the feeling of getting hurt by someone for a long time. But when someone does something good for us, we must remember it forever, like a message engraved on a stone that nothing can erase. So, dear kids, moral of the story, remember the good things that happen in life, not the bad memories.
Kids, I'm here with a new story, that is, The Proud Rose. In a hot desert, a pretty rose grew. It loved to boast about its beautiful petals. Nearby, a cactus stood tall. The rose would tease the cactus, saying, You're so prickly and ugly, nobody likes you. The other plants tried to defend the cactus, but the rose wouldn't listen. One very hot summer, the rose began to wilt. It needed water. The cactus, however, was strong and stored water inside. Bird comes to drink from it. The thirsty rose asked the cactus for water. The kind cactus shared its water. Thank you, cactus, said the rose. I was wrong to tease you. You are special too. The cactus smiled and said, We all are beautiful inside. Don't judge friends by how they look. So kids, moral of the story, be kind and look beyond appearances. Everyone is special. Let's go on a farm adventure. What animal goes cluck cluck? Can you answer? That's right, a hen. Now imagine you are on a farm and you see a happy hen named Henrietta. She has a soft feathers and warm wings. Henrietta loves her little chickens. How many chickens do you think she has? Let me answer. So, Henrietta has 5 adorable chickens. Now, let's begin to the story. One day, Henrietta says, Chickens, stay close. Let's go find some tasty bugs and seeds. But, oh no, a strong wind blows and the chickens get separated from Henrietta. What do you think Henrietta should do? Henrietta calls out, Cluck, cluck. Where are my little chickens? The chickens hear her and crib. We are over here, mommy. Henrietta finds them and hugs them tightly. I'm so glad we are together again. So kids, moral of the story, family is important and love keeps us together. Can you imagine someone knocks your door? Who could it be? Would you open the door for a stranger with a big smile? A friend you haven't seen in a while? Or someone who says they are your mom or dad but sounds different? Think carefully and answer me in the comments. Now, let's hear a story about 7 little goats. In a small village, people told a story about a bad animals with shiny eyes. They called it the shadow stalker. So one evening, a mother goat left her 7 little goats at home. Be careful, kids, she said. Don't open the door for anyone except me. As night fell, a naughty wolf came to the door. Open up, little goats, I am your mother. But the goats said, no, you are not our mother. Your voice is rough and scary. The wolf tried again, wearing a costume and changing its voice, but the goats were too smart. Finally, the real mother goat returned and the wolf ran away. The mother goat was proud and said, you are safe because you listened to me and used your brains. From that day on, people wondered, was the wolf really the shadow stalker or just a fake? The mystery remained unsolved. But one thing was sure, 7 little goats stayed safe. So kids, moral of the story, always listen to your parents, be clever and never trust strangers. Kids, learn the lesson and be safe. Bye-bye. King Midas was a very rich man. He loved his gold, but he was also a very nice person. One day the god Dionysus came and gave him a wish. King Midas loved his treasure and wanted more. I wish everything I touch turns to gold, he said. Dionysus made his wish come true. Midas was very happy. His heart was beating very fast with joy. He touched the rose bush. It grew with golden flowers. Each petal was shining in the sunlight. Afterward, he picked up a stone and it turned to a gold and the surface was shining with a bright golden color. The world around him became a bright and shiny place, full of golden treasure and fancy decoration showing his new power. His joy didn't last long as his gift became a problem. One day Midas was very hungry, but his food turned to gold shiny in his hands, but not something he could eat. He couldn't eat the hard metal, no matter how hungry he was. Even water turned to gold on his lips, leaving him thirsty. His heart sank and was very disappointed. He realized his mistake. Midas was very sad because everything he touched turned to gold, even his dear daughter. He felt very sorry and begged Dionysus to take away from bad magic. Dionysus also felt sorry for Midas and agreed to remove the magic. Midas washed his hands in the river and the magic is gone. So kids, Midas learned his lesson on being greedy. We are going on a fun journey with 2 friends, a speedy hare and a slow tortoise. Can you guess who will win the race between these two? Let's find out. Once upon a time, a hare and a tortoise decided to have a race. The hare, being super fast, thought, I'll win this easily. So he challenged the tortoise, hey slowpoke, let's see who's the fastest. Tortoise accepted the challenge. I may be slow, but I'll never give up. So the race began. The hare zoomed ahead, laughing and teasing the tortoise. You are so slow. I'll take a nap while I wait for you to catch up. But oh no, the hare overslept and the tortoise kept moving forward. When the hare woke up, he saw the tortoise crossing the finish line. Moral of the story, don't be overconfident like the hare. It can lead to mistakes. Remember kids, consistency and determination can take you further than speed and strength.
Hey kids, you might know this famous story. It's about a duckling who felt different from birth. He looked unlike his siblings and was teased constantly. One day he had enough and left his home pond. He searched for a new family, hoping to find acceptance. But wherever he went, he was rejected because of his appearance. Months passed and seasons changed. The duckling left sad and alone. Then he met a family of swans. As he gazed at them, he realized something amazing. He had grown into a beautiful swan. He finally understood why he never fit in with his siblings. He wasn't duck, he was a swan. Kids, moral of the story, don't judge others by how they look. Everyone is unique and beautiful in their own way. Let's celebrate our differences and accept each other. I'll tell you the story of Lazy Boy and the Apple Tree. Meet John. He was so lazy that changing clothes seemed like a chore. One sunny day, John gazed out the window and spotted the apple tree in their yard, and he craved a crunchy apple. But climbing the tree seemed like too much work, so John lay down beneath the tree, waiting for the apples to magically fall into his hands. Hours passed and John was starving badly. He waited and waited, but not a single apple fell. As the sun began to set, John realized his mistake. Why didn't I climb the tree? He thought, feeling frustrated and hungry. So, moral of the story, laziness won't get you what you want. Hard work and efforts are necessary to achieve your goals. So kids, keep doing your hard work and achieve your goals. An ant and the carefree grasshopper were the best of friends. During the warm summer months, the ant worked tirelessly. During the warm summer months, the ant worked so hardly and storing food in his cozy underground home. Meanwhile, the grasshopper spent his days singing, dancing, and soaking up the sunshine. Why worry about tomorrow? He says summer will last forever. When the winter arrived, the ant snuggled up in his well-stocked home, surrounded by his carefully stored provisions. The grasshopper, however, shivered with hunger and cold. The grasshopper knocked on the ant's door, begging for food. The ant kindly shared some. When the grasshopper returned, asking for more, the ant explained, "I'm sorry, friend, but my food is barely enough for my family to survive in the winters. If I give you more food, we'll all go hungry. We had all summer to prepare, but you chose to play instead." So kids, moral of the story, just like the season, life has its abundance and scarcity. When resources are plentiful, save some for the lean time ahead. Preparation and hard work ensure a cozy winter, while laziness leaves you out in the cold. On a sturdy oak tree, an old owl made his home. He loved to watch and learn from the world around him. One day he saw a kind boy help a man carry a heavy basket. Next day he saw a girl yelling at her mother. The more the owl observed, the quieter he became. But he listened more carefully. He heard people sharing stories and secrets. A woman claimed an elephant jumped over a fence. A man boasted he never made mistakes. The owl saw and heard it all. Some people grew kinder while others became meaner. But the owl in the tree grew wiser every day. So kids, moral of the story, wisdom comes from watching, listening and learning from others. Sometimes it's better to observe and listen than to speak. Beautiful day at the zoo. Visitors were excited to visit the animal exhibition. A mother camel and her calf were favorites among the visitors. Baby camel with his curious eyes asked, "Mother, why do we have humps?" Mother answered, "For storing water, sweetie. We can survive in the desert." Again he asked, "And our rounded feet?" "For comfortable walking on sand, dear." "And our long eyelashes?" Mother answered, "To protect our eyes from dust and sandstorms." Then calf, amazed that every feature has a purpose. Baby camel asked again, "Mother, if we are designed for the desert, why we are living in a zoo?" Mother camel looked stunned, and this time she was speechless. The camel's question teaches us your strength, skills and knowledge are useless if you are not using in the right place. Find your true habitat and thrive. If you are a young adventurer, this story might just save you from a trouble. Once upon a time, there was a young shepherd boy who took his sheep to graze on a hill every day. One day he was feeling super bored, so he shouted, "Wolf, wolf!" Even though there was no wolf in sight. The villagers rushed to his aid, only to find no wolf and a mischievous boy laughing at his own joke. The villagers scolded him, "Don't do this again. It's not funny and it's dangerous." But did he listen? No. A few days later, he played the same trick again, and the villagers fell for it again. They warned him, "If you lie again, we won't believe you." But then disaster struck. A real wolf showed up.
and the boy shouted, "Wolf, wolf!" But the villagers didn't believe him this time. They thought he was just playing another trick, and that's when the wolf attacked the sheep. So remember kids, if you lie, people won't believe you, even when you are telling the truth. Always be honest and kind. You can save your family and friends from a trouble. Once upon a time, a small seed planted in the earth. It began to wonder why I am here. The sun replied, "You are here to grow and flourish." But the seed wanted more answers. Again, he asked to the rain, "Why am I here?" The rain answers, "You are here to drinking my water and nourish your roots." Still curious, again the seed asked to the wind, "Why am I here?" The wind whispered, "You are here to sway in my breath and find your strength." One day the wise old tree came by. "Little one," it said, "you are here to grow into a beautiful flower, to bloom and share the beauty with the world." The seed realized that his purpose is to bring joy and beauty to others. Just like the seed, we all have a purpose. It's not about only us. It's about sharing our gift or bringing happiness to the world. We all are connected and part of something greater. So kids, what will you grow into? Once upon a time, Buddha taught disciple a timeless lesson. It all started with a simple request of water. Buddha sent his disciple to fetch water from a pond. When disciple arrived, the water was muddy by animal crossing. The disciple returned empty-handed. Buddha simply said, "Wait and try again later." When the disciple tried again, the water was clear crystal. He asked Buddha what magic he has done. Buddha smiled and said, "Time, just as mud settled in the water. Our anger settled with the time. When we are angry, we are like a muddy water. But we wait, our anger disperses, and we become clear and calm again." So remember kids, patience and time can help us to overcome an anger and become calm and clear-minded, just like that pond. Your thoughts settle. So stay serene, my friends. Once upon a time, a young boy felt hurt because people said mean things to him. He went to see a wise old man. The old man listened and said, "Imagine you're shot with an arrow. It hurts, right? Now imagine a second arrow hits you. What happens? It hurts even more." The wise old man smiled. "Exactly, but the second arrow is our reaction to mean words. We can choose to let it hurt more or we can ignore it." So boy asked, "If someone says mean words to me, should I ignore it?" The wise man nodded. "Yes, you can't control what others said, but you can control your reactions. So remember, you can choose to be a target to hit once or twice." So, moral of this story, you can't control others, but you can control your reactions. Ignore mean world to getting hurt twice. I'm sure you heard the news. Dogs can be a bit greedy. Let's talk about one particular pup. Once upon a time, a happy little dog found the juicy bone. He was super excited and carried it in his mouth, looking for the perfect spot to enjoy it. He found a calm pond, but just he was about to munch on his bone, he saw something surprising in the water. It was his own reflection, but he thought it was another dog with a bone. "Hey, that's my bone," he barked. And guess what happened? When he barked, he opened his mouth and the bone fell into the water. Our poor little dog left with nothing but a lesson. Greed is a curse. So remember kids, don't be like a greedy dog. Share and be happy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun stories.